What up? What up? They tried to take me down, but I'm back, black as ever. Your brother Legend's in the building. What's going on? Welcome to the live. What up? What up? Thank you for joining us. We back with another episode of Brother Legend's TikTok Live. I think I might come up with a name for this eventually, but for now, we're just hosting the discussion. Feel free to join. Feel free to come on up. Tap like, tap like. What's good, Christian, my boy, my brother? It's part of the culture. We used to say boy a lot, but I'm trying to get that word out of my vocabulary when I'm talking to my brothers. But yes, I mean it with all respect, my brothers. What's going on, everybody? Yes, sir. um, we talking about some things, man. I wanted to take it back to the relationships like yesterday, but we could talk about that too. I might switch it later. Um, what do you think? When do you think we're gonna have AI robots to do the dirty with? I don't know what the hell's going on in my comments. Peace and love, Ashe sister. What's going on? Yeah, that's the thing about the comments. Is like you start reading it, you don't know where it's going to end up, and then it's like, oh man, I shouldn't even read that bullshit. What would you do if he said yes would go? I don't know what that means. Let's talk about it. A lot of Israeli Palestine stuff going on. We could talk about it here. Should Israeli people leave Palestine? I think, to be honest, Israel might be bad for some people's health. You know what I'm saying? Might be bad for some people's health. You know what I'm saying? Might want to return the land back to who it belongs to originally. You know what I'm saying? Return the land, free the land. As a Pan African, I am naturally anti colonial. Do I have time to fight their fights? I don't. I'm too busy building with my people. But in uh, in my advocacy for my people, we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to go start an organization. You know what I'm saying? How you like BLM supporting Hamas and attack on it? Hey man, I support all those in the liberation struggle. Keep tapping like, y'all. Let's get to 2K likes. I'm gonna bring people up here. Got 245 people in here. Just tap like while you listen. And when we get to 2K likes, I'll have people coming up here. Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? That's why I'm waiting for y'all to answer. I can see your comment, Louise or Lewis. I don't know how many of y'all know this, but the Jewish people in Israel are 9 times more likely to contract melanoma, skin cancer from the sun, than the Arab people indigenous to that region, mostly because they're from Europe and their skin wasn't built for that, which is interesting when we talk about whose land it is. It's just interesting, especially when we talk about Jesus being a thin-lipped marshmallow man. Kind of interesting, right? 9 times more likely to get skin cancer in Israel. They're 9 times more likely. Should they be there? It's probably bad for your health to colonize people's land when your skin can't handle the sun there. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. And y'all can look this up. What's going on, Dior? Y'all can look this up. 9 times more likely to get skin cancer because they should not be in Israel. and then they're gonna tell you Jesus was white. Like he wasn't, like skin cancer didn't exist back then. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But return that land you stole, man. You know, I don't care what your motivations was. I understand that the mustache man did a number on some people, but return that land you stole. Free the land. Free them people up out their bondage. We can be advocates the same way other oppression. What's going on, Baker?
Peace and love, King.
Peace and love. Welcome to the live. For the live, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Yes, age 35, race black, pronoun she, her.
All right, thank you. And go ahead, touch on one of the topics. What's up?
Um, yeah, the first topic, no, I mean, no, I personally don't feel like you can be pro-black with a non-black spouse. To me, that seems contradictionary to the entire thing of being pro-black.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm not knocking nobody for doing it. Love who you love, but
I'm
if
knocking some
you,
people, but I hear you.
I, I I
Listen,
know. I see your stuff. I
for
ain't knocking. And honestly, the only reason why I'm not is because my nephew is, half,
okay.
YT.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
it's a family thing. But I
hey,
get it. I
look,
mean,
no
to each his
shade on
own.
the nephew. That's a black young man right there.
I
But
know,
the
absolutely. I
the
tell my
reason I
sister that
knock
all
it
the
is
time.
because there's a few creators I've ran into on TikTok that love to talk in gender wars, and um they either lean towards one side or the other, kind of separating and making divisions within the community. Some of the
Hmm.
content be a little problematic, and they act like they for the community, but they
You're
really
not.
gotta,
You're not.
you know what I'm saying?
Anybody, how I feel, like I said, anybody, if you are claiming pro-black and you chose to be with a non-black person and procreate with something that does not look like you are not pro-black,
Right.
right? That's just how I feel. That's how I feel. Like you're not pro-black. Like that's why I said I ain't not like if that's love who you love. You
Mm-hmm.
really love who you love, but don't try to take a title and say I'm pro-black if
Mm-hmm.
at nighttime you lay down and you looking at something that's not black. That's how I
Right.
feel about it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Can black and white tea culture peacefully exist? I no, I don't. Uh, I mean, honestly, what is white culture? I mean, wait, no, it can't. I mean, honestly, what is white culture? Like, besides colonization and it, what is that? Like,
That's it. There it is. Ding ding ding. Stealing land and stealing people from their
exactly.
land.
No, we can't coexist because we never coexisted. Like, we can't do it because white tea people don't have a culture outside of colonizing.
Hmm. That's
So,
what the culture was created to do.
absolutely.
Before that, they were Irish, Italian. There were some white people in Mediterranean places. Like we were all in their other cultures, but then when whiteness was created, it was
It
created
was,
for one
that's
purpose.
all it adds to colonize. So
Right.
we cannot coexist. Like, you have to get rid of, we can't coexist, period. Like, I'm
Excuse
sorry, white
me.
sea culture is colonization, it's violence, it's graping, it's a violent culture. So no, you cannot coexist. White culture cannot coexist with anybody outside of white culture.
Right.
Miss
Um,
Baker, I agree with what
yeah.
you just said,
Mhm.
100%.
Wait, hold on, Jerica. We go one at a time here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize.
just give us a moment. All right, I'll come to you next.
Hmm.
Go ahead, sister.
Should Israel people leave Palestine? Absolutely. Uh, absolutely. Like, as you were saying earlier in the live, the people that's in Israel right now are not the original people that's there. They were people that colonized. Getting back to the other question, they were people that colonized that land, took it, and now want to proclaim it as their own, and they don't want to give it back. Now, I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, you were against." these people in your 40s. No, anybody that's taking something that is not yours, you're wrong. The people that's in that land right now, that is not their land. It's not. Like that is just known. If you look back, you will see how it changed from who it was to who it is now. These people that are is in Israel right now are Europeans. They're Europeans
Yeah.
that procreated with the people there. That's who they are. So yes, give them back. And on top of that, I'm black and I'm a Pan African. Anybody that, especially the U.S., that says we're backing these people, lets me know that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
There's
Mm-hmm.
something not right about that because we know how the U.S. colonized everybody. So there's something wrong there. If they're saying they're backing it, if they're saying that these other people are wrong, and no, that lets me know that there's something wrong there in that entire
Mm-hmm.
aspect.
Right.
And can black people be prejudiced towards white? No. Prejudice? Prejudice. All right, let me see. All right. Can black people be? It depends on prejudice. Prejudice, I would say,
Prejudice is when you judge someone without cause or reason
oh,
or
then no.
experience.
No, absolutely not. Black
Yeah.
people can't be prejudiced. No, you cannot. Like, because every black person has a story. And if they don't have a story, somebody in their ancestry has a story. There is a reason for it. It's
Right.
just not, black people don't just, or hate, don't dislike white people just because they're white. I mean, some of them do, yes. But there's a reason behind it. And it's not just
Right.
because you're white, it's just because of the history behind it.
Right. And we don't have a history of doing nothing to them. So when they
Absolutely
feel that
not.
way about us, there's no basis behind that.
Yeah,
Just
you just don't
yeah.
like, they don't like a lot of, especially, racist white people or whatever, don't like black people just because they're black. Black people don't like white people because of the history
Yeah.
behind what their
There you
people
go.
did. That's why. If there was no
Mm-hmm.
history there, if they treated, everybody with kindness, if they was good to everybody on the planet, and no,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be no. But that's not what they did. So,
Mm-hmm.
but shit. I mean, she wanted to say something.
All right. Thank you for contributing that, sister. And I'll go to the next guest. Jerica, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
I'm 36. She, her. So I have
Your
three.
race?
Your race.
I'm white. You can see my picture.
No, we
I'm
can't
white.
tell by your picture.
Oh, I'm all white. So I have three mixed children.
Okay.
Okay. Can black and white cultures peacefully coexist? The comment was white doesn't have culture. Okay, and that's fine. Can we coexist together and a white person appreciate the black culture and love it? Yes, yes, a one
That
hundred
was the
percent.
question.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at the comments. Dior know what I'm talking about.
That I'm confused.
And then the whole. I'm sorry, I thought I was talking now, Miss Baker.
Oh,
Yeah, he said one at
my
a
bad. Go
time.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
finish. Go ahead.
She
I'm
got a little
sorry, I thought.
seasoning.
She did. It's cool though. I'm gonna let her finish. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir. You did say one at a time. That's why I stopped talking. So,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
um, she made also the comment about white people not liking or black people not liking white people because of the history. When do you get to a point where no living white person today has historically hurt any black person living today? So when do you get to a point where you move past that and everybody you just exists together and it's about love and it's about raising beautiful babies? Like, why does it always have to be black and white and culture?
Go ask your daddy, your grandpa,
Okay,
your
can I answer since you were directing it towards
ask.
me?
Go ask your white family that. Because guess what? It's
Hold
still
on. Can I
happening to
speak?
this day.
My white family
It's
loves
Hold,
black
still
people
happening to
because
this
they love
day.
black children.
All this
hold on.
still
Can
happening
she
to
ask?
this day.
Can I answer? Don't kick her off, please. Can I answer your questions?
You can answer the question. She got to go.
Yeah, let me answer her
Because I'm
question.
white. Because I'm
Okay,
white.
so first off, the whole thing with you saying I have a black child right there already shows the type of person that you are. Your
Right.
first thing that came out your mouth was I have black children. See, what you're doing is you're using your proximity to the black dude that you had a baby with to say that I'm not like these white people. Why am I the problem? See, that was your first mistake. All right. And I'm letting all of any YT person that says that I have a mixed race child or my child is black, you are using that child or your husband or whatever, your boyfriend, whoever you are sleeping with, to say I'm not this type of person because I have because these people are here, right? You could still dislike and be completely racist, as you shown, lady, that I could be completely racist and dislike black people and still be hopping on and having babies with a black person. Okay. So when you say, "Oh, can white culture we accept and we love the culture and all whatever the heck you were talking about," again, you use your black children, right, and your black spouse to try to make that point. So knowing and you saying like you why you were saying that, knowing that you don't have anything else outside of that to connect you to a culture that you want to try to take, but you cannot take. All right. So what you saying that I have a problem? No, I'm not no problem. Like I said, when I said it, I try to be nice and say, look, I have any love who you love. But when people like you that come on and the first thing that you want to say is, I have a black child, I have a black husband, I am not that type of person, that lets me know that's exactly the type of person you are. All right? That's who you are. And you
Thank
are
you
very
for thank
racist and you need to sit down and think about what you're talking about because you are clearly lost.
thank you for the Panther pause, y'all. Jericho wants to come back up here. I don't know what to do about that. I guess we just gonna let her sit.
Jericho needs to go get some help and stop
Yeah,
using your child as a freaking anchor. Stop using your black kids as a freaking thing to proximity to blackness. Sorry, sis. I don't care how many black whatever you have inside of you, I don't care how many you had in your mouth. I don't care how many pushed out of you.
Back up,
That's not
brother.
who you are at all. So sit down and respect the culture
Jericho,
that you're
you
saying
gotta
that you respect.
No, let her up so I can
Leisha.
get at her.
No, Leisha just said a good
Look,
point.
even Southern
Jericho,
wanna.
you gotta send the galaxy to come back.
Let
You
me
send the
let me get
galaxy.
at her. I want to get at her.
Talking
Please
about
let her
the
up,
heck, I have a
brother.
black child.
Please
Sis,
let her up. Please let
guess
Jerica
what?
up,
Enslavers had black children too.
when I tell
People
you
that stole slaves, enslavers had black kids
when
too.
I tell
They
you I
had
have
multiple
time
black kids.
today, I'm telling you I have
All right.
time.
So we got a full panel now. We got
She was lost
Serenity.
in the sauce. Why y'all do that? Why do y'all do that to yourselves? Why
You
see people that say that? Why do y'all do that to yourself as if that's a flex? I have a black child and my
Yeah.
husband's black. Come on, that's not a
Yeah.
flex. You were showing how little you know about anything that you're talking about.
No, we know.
And I hope that your
Let
kids,
me
I
give
hope your
someone
kids
else a
don't know
chance
that
to speak.
because that's really sad.
Sister Baker, thank you. Southern Fry, what's good, sister?
What's up, friend? Jerica whining in the comment section that she can't come back up, but I'm gonna just tell you this: it's very telling, Jerica, that the only picture you have on your profile, the only video you have on your profile, is your prop, the same prop that you used in this conversation. Okay, you used your black child, your mixed race black child, and that black man as currency, just like your ancestors used us as currency. That's what the hell you did.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
come on up here and get ate up the moment somebody drops. I don't care.
Ah!
know
I
you
got
because
time.
I would definitely like to cash out.
I want her to come. I want her to come up because
All right.
this she felt real sassy.
All right. I don't know who wants to drop. Because we got full guests. We ain't let everybody speak. Um, I don't know who want to drop. Somebody got to volunteer
I'll
if
go
y'all want
ahead.
her back.
I'll go ahead and drop because this is crazy.
All right, just drop and request back. Request back, and I'll let you back up. Hold on. Defend your honor, Jerica.
Okay. First of all, about the one video that's on there, I had several videos and my account was deleted. and that was a video I recently made. Don't have one mixed child. It's not just the baby girl that's in the video. I have 3 children, beautiful children, and I was only saying and mentioning that I had mixed children so you would know that where I'm coming from and where my comments are. That's all the reason that I mentioned that.
So
It
you
wasn't me
came
saying
up, you
that's
came
who
back
I
to tokenize
stand
all
against.
3.
That was
You
literally
came
my
back to
point. That
tokenize
was
all
the
3
point I was
babies instead of
making.
just the
I'm
one.
saying that I don't stand against my black man and go, oh, this is why, this is why.
Your
That's,
point
you know
is
how
that
retarded you
what did
sound?
you say? Hold on. You said I was showing that I had black kids to show
No,
you
I said I
that I'm
mentioned
not
that
this
I had
type of
black
way. You
children
used your
because I wanted
kids.
you to understand where my conversation was coming
That does
from.
not matter. Slave owners had black kids.
Think that
What are you
I
talking about?
personally or my mom or my dad or my grandparents had slaves. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
I don't
None of them.
care who in your
from that
family may
slavery.
or may not have
You're
had.
hating on me because of a
Ain't nobody,
generation
first off, ain't nobody
Well,
that
hating
hold
on
has
you. It's just
nothing
the fact that you sat there
wait,
hating a
that
black
wait.
did
man.
not
So
Hold
that
affect
you
on,
know
hold
you
that you
on.
want
One
somebody that
personally.
looks
second.
like me to
1
come out of
second,
you. So I'm just
real quick,
saying.
ladies, real quick.
None of my
Did
family
you
affected
just
you
hold on, lady?
personally.
Did you just say that somebody up here was hating on you based on the fact that you could produce some children?
I didn't say children. I said because that's not what I said. Listen,
Ma'am, you
open
are a
your
sun
ears.
dodger, a cave dweller. Your cave
That is
coochie.
not what I said.
Ma'am,
I said
what
you're
did
hating
you
on
say?
me
You
because
got
of
this
what
sour ass
happened
kid up here to have the
historically.
audacity to say
That has
somebody hating
nothing to
on
do
you.
with you.
Bitch, we wouldn't hate on you. The sun hate on you. Life is hating on you.
Wait,
You
You
damn
sound bitter
coon.
as
I'm
You
fuck.
damn dried out
You
dead.
raisin.
sound bitter
You
as
got your
fuck.
ass up here with the
Y'all are
audacity
just
to say
mad that
black
black
women
women
hating
want
on
white
you.
women.
You ain't got
You
shit to be
sound like
envious
a
of.
saltine
You came to the
supremacist.
black community, so
We're
who really
taking
got to hate?
y'all's black men and you're mad
That's
about
you
it.
came for
You're
black.
bitter.
Let me tell you what you
Hold
doing
on,
is
Dom. You
You're
you
taking the
bitter.
ones
producing
that we
shit
don't
that
want.
don't nobody
You
want.
taking the
If
ones
You
you're
that
got
we
the
bitter,
don't
say
want.
you're
nasty
bitter.
Don't
Mohicans.
kick
You
her.
got
Let
the
her
So
talk.
class that
You're
don't
No,
give
taking
let
the
a
him
ones that we don't
finish.
damn.
want.
Baby,
Let
anything
him
that
Have
touches
finish.
you,
them.
I
Listen
wouldn't
to
dare
all these
touch. You
bitter, mad
unwashed,
black
all right, y'all
women.
can't
unclean,
all talk
ugly,
over
hating
each other.
ass
We can't hear
chicken.
nobody.
All right, I'm gonna let her go.
Raw rancid hoe.
Oh, stop
Oh,
it,
Hold
D.
bitter
You gonna get
black
me taken
woman.
down. All right. Everybody put F1 in the
Look,
comments. Put
you,
I'm
F1 in the
done.
look,
comments,
I'm
please.
your
done. Just a
F1.
bunch of
no, your
bitter black
racism
women
was
that are
showing.
racist.
Your
It's
racism
all
came
good.
through.
It's all
The
good because
moment
I
that
didn't
you
do
became,
anything about
hey,
any of
Jerica,
Imagine
I
using
do
why
nothing
don't
everybody
you
to
white
else
go?
affect
Why don't
comment.
you
y'all
go lay
to
with that
historically.
black
talking
Hold
man
on.
and
point.
pretend like you look like
the
him?
moment
Go
that
All
you
ahead,
right.
do it.
enslaved the
Lay
fact
with
that
that
you
black man,
hate
pretend you
black
look like him.
women,
Oh,
you
honey,
hate
I don't
black
pretend I'm black.
women, so
I'm
you
very
are
white.
anti-black.
I don't wear
Wait, why
braids.
are
You
I
you
don't do
hate
none of
black
that.
women.
competing?
You
Ma'am, why are you
cannot like
competing
black
with black
people and
women?
care about
F1.
black
Put
Why
women,
are
but
you
you're
F1 in the
competing
anti-black
with
comments.
women.
black women?
You
Why are
came
you
in
I
here
F1.
don't try to be
disrespecting
black at all.
black.
I don't wear
No,
braids.
I didn't say
I'm
you
very
try to be
much
black. You
white.
would
I
shut the
act like
hell
I'm
up.
white,
If
and
you
I'm
would
with a
shut
black
the hell
man.
up for a second,
Cultures
I
How
can't
would give
does
exist
you
one
together.
act? Oh, that makes sense. You
Yeah,
do
the
act
jealousy against black
white.
women is
You're
crazy.
acting very, very white right now.
you're
You're
extremely
acting
We
white.
very
get it.
bitter.
If
We
you would
get
shut
it.
the hell up, you would hear what I was saying.
But the moment that you decided to be anti-black woman, you are anti-black. Period.
Oh
You
no, I
are
love
racist.
black women.
You
I love
are
all of
the
my
Facts.
black
hell you
women.
do. You got up
That
here and
Facts.
called
no,
everybody
you got me
bitter,
wrong.
and you placed
I
yourself on a fucking pedestal, and you said we're
just
jealous
because
of
I
you
don't act
taking
black because
black
I'm white,
men.
it doesn't mean I don't love
I
my
didn't
black
say you
women,
act black. If you shut the hell up, you would understand what the hell I was saying. You're sitting here trying
honey.
to talk
Are
over
you
everybody because
confused?
that's your entitlement showing. Your white woman is showing. Shut the hell up.
Hmm.
Shut up. Thank you. On mute. Finally. I know he put you on mute because you damn sure didn't do that shit yourself. You damn sure didn't do it. But again, I will restate this for the record. The moment that you came up here and you tried to center yourself and make yourself the center of the universe as if you were on a pedestal above black women, as if for somehow you are more desirable by black men or by black men, and saying you can't take nothing from us. I promise you can't. That
Facts.
you can't even take the sun. Okay, you need to worry about that shit. Worry about that. Okay, you couldn't take nothing from us. The men that you typically get are the ones that we don't want any damn way. They're the ones that have
Absolutely.
anti-black sentiments their damn selves. Okay,
Absolutely.
those are the ones that y'all get. We don't want those. We don't want the ones that are the raccoons of society. Okay, you get the undesirables. You get the shit that we threw away. Understand that.
Hmm.
And again, you are anti-black. You are racist. The moment that you came for black women and you tried to paint us all as angry black women, because I heard that shit, your racism came out.
Hmm.
And y'all cream caucus members always do the same shit in these damn lives. You come up here, you tokenize your mixed race black kids, you tokenize your spouses and shit like that. And then when that doesn't work and you get called on your shit, on your slave master bullshit, look at the Negroes that I own. Look at my Negroes. When you get called on your shit, then the real racism came out. Your asses are so damn predictable. I need you to
Yo,
go,
for real.
please go sit down somewhere. Go back to, you need to be ice dwelling somewhere. You need to go and be back amongst your people and leave my people the hell alone. I don't know why you're entering into black spaces trying to center your damn self and use your children and your relatives as props. But it is giving it's giving colonizer. I mean, that's just all it is. It's cream caucus. It's saltine supremacy. We've seen it. We've heard it. We need no more of it. I don't know why y'all feel the need to recycle the same bullshit over and over. I'm done.
Yes, and I just want to say, she just as
Absolutely.
predictable as them bath days.
Absolutely. Like, you literally came on here and said, I have black kids, and then got mad when black people said, we don't care that you have black kids. You are not a part of this culture. You got mad. Like, you did exactly what y'all do. Why, like, come on. Like, do you understand? You don't understand it. Like, y'all, as she said, you are very predictable. The moment you said, I had 3 mixed black kids with a black husband, and then you thought, what did you think that we were going to do? Say congratulations? Oh my God, that's one of the good ones. And then you got mad when we didn't do that. And then you said, oh, well, black women are bitter. Do you know that your black husband, if, I mean, I don't know, because some of them be,
Sister, black
but he
auntie.
came from a black woman.
He wouldn't even be he
Hey,
wouldn't be a black man if it wasn't for them black women.
hold on, y'all. People in here flagging us because they flagged Southern Fried. Hey, yo, if you want to come back up, sister, just come back up. But they flagging people now.
Y'all
Yeah,
some
you know
haters.
how I get.
Y'all need to go challenge
Yeah.
that son. Don't come in here challenging us. Son challenge.
I'm gonna come back in a little bit
Did
because
she come back
y'all
up?
not finna block me. Did she leave?
Nah, it's probably, you know how I get on this app. Oh, there she is. All right, wait, hold on, Monique. I'm gonna bring you back up.
Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know, the translucent terrorists be mad as hell.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, yeah. I think y'all said everything. I think y'all cleaned the plate, man. 'Cause I was gonna say the same thing because I'm a black man, right? So I can speak from the brother's point of view, and I know that you don't get the same brothers, Jerica. You don't get the same brothers that the sisters get. You get the brothers that come to you and complain about the sisters because the sisters didn't want them in the first place. That's why they're usually the ones that say, black girls don't like me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's those kind of guys. That's not the same kind of brothers that the sisters get, because the sisters can get the pro-black brothers, the brothers that's for the community, intentionally there, and can stand 10 toes in knowledge of their self, their ancestors, and understand what we need to do in our community. So I know those brothers that think like that are not going to be in your proximity in a romantic setting. So,
and that's why the
can I
Cave
say-
Caucus. That's why the Cave Caucus members be raising them problematic as biracial black kids.
Facts.
That's why they kids grow up self-hating and problematic.
And let me say something else, Miss whatever, Jessica, whatever you want to call yourself.
So you can
Hold
think that it's
on, because I know a lot of people don't like him. And in terms of Dr. Umar, those black men that go to y'all not even a top tier white tea women that they want. You're the one that they can settle for.
Oh, that's cute that you said that.
I know, right? Isn't it?
we don't get the Ivanka Trumps and the Taylor Swifts. We get the Iggy Azaleas and
Absolutely. You're the bottom of the
the
barrel, sis.
Amy
You're not the
Winehouses.
ones that they want. You're the
Go
bottom
get
of
the
the
woe
barrel.
Vickies.
See how
The,
you've judged me
Right, yeah.
already, even knowing me, but I had never
No,
said
we're
anything bad
judging you.
about not loving black women and not thinking that y'all are great. What I said was, you
You
sound the
literally
way that y'all
called
were
us
talking. You
bitter.
You
sounded
just said we were hating on you because you were white and our
hard. The
men
way
want to
that you
leave
were
us for
talking to
Right.
you.
me, the way that you were talking
I'm
to me,
sorry, love. Our
like
men do
I'm
not want to leave us
trash
for you.
because of historical things that I had nothing to do with. Get over it. It's
Day, so
over.
you get
All
over
right.
it, and
All
Oh,
rest
right.
assured,
you
your
get
All right.
child
We
will
over
be
had
it.
dealing
enough.
with it
We had
soon. So
enough.
you don't have to deal with it with your
We're
own
tearing
family.
the
You'll
whole
be good.
live up now. I think we already
Brother,
done,
brother,
socked
she'll
us
be
with a
back in here.
biscuit.
Give her 5 or 6 years. She'll be back in here saying, "Oh my God, my child was called the N-word. What do I do?"
Yo, facts. Why do they do that? Why they are the ones that do that? Be like, I have a mixed race child and my child was called an N-word or my child needs his hair braid and I don't understand what to do next. Please, black women, help me.
Mm, mm, mm.
And y'all want us to run to y'all savior. Like, okay, yeah, we got you now. No.
That's
That's
because they
exactly why
feel
I don't do that.
entitled.
That's
They feel
exactly why I
entitled to
don't do
black
that.
labor. They feel entitled to black labor. They feel entitled to be able to utilize black people as if, once again, as if they are items. Just like she used her children and her man in this live, she feels entitled to leverage us when it's convenient for her, and then put us back on a shelf when she
But
doesn't
that's
want to be
not.
bothered anymore.
Right. All right. So that was interesting. Thank you for the Panther pause. Thank you, Ray. I kicked her off the panel, but I didn't block her, so she can't report the live. But all right, it is what it is. Um, yeah. Thank y'all for protecting the live. Continue to tap like, y'all. Continue to tap like. We're gonna keep it pushing.
I'm
Just a
gonna
little
drop down
mayonnaise.
because she probably gonna be reporting my ass, and I'd like to keep my profile. So
You feel me? Yeah.
I'll
I
holler at
hear
y'all.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming up, sister. Um, and let's go to the next guest. Who am I? What's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. I don't like the spoilers, but yeah, you can't be pro-black with a non-black spouse. It's simple. I mean, how is how are you? You can't even procreate full black children, like, because you're with someone that's non-black. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, who you go who you go to see with that night is not even black, but you're over here telling people, nah, I don't like them people who be coming on lives, coming in Twitter spaces, yelling, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do this, and then you find out they swirlers. Get out of
Mm.
my face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Can black and white cultures peacefully coexist? No, there's no such thing. Well, actually, whiteness, look, they even stole whiteness, because whiteness literally was originally came from the Arabs. Like the Arabs used to call them red people. They literally stole the whole race concept from Arabs when they were in the
Mm.
Moors, when they were in Spain.
Mm.
They're not even original with their white supremacy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The transatlantic slave trade too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
Okay, I'm white.
original.
I'm not going to deny that.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
100%
Relax.
white.
Hold on. We
All the way
didn't. We
back.
didn't ask
Yeah.
you. Everybody that's white is 100% white. Last time I checked, there's no such thing as a mixed white person. So hold on, and we'll get to you.
Should
Go ahead.
Israeli people leave Palestine? Of course. I mean, they didn't even know. First of all, like, Israel was supposed to be in Uganda. What else? Argentina. Like, they didn't even know where Israel is or was supposed to be, right? So they just literally came into Palestine and colonized them. It's colonization. It's apartheid. They need to leave.
Yo,
Literally.
that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. Uh, the Jewish people of Israel, the Israeli people, whatever, they are 9 times more likely than the Arab and the Palestinian people to get melanoma from the sun. So they get skin cancer at higher rates, 9 times more likely, because they're not from that region. So
They're not.
their skin is not
They're not.
prepared for
And
that.
you
Yeah.
Not from
even
my homeland. Not from your homeland.
Right. Yeah. Like right. That's supposed to be your homeland, right? But
and even if y'all
So your
did
homie
come,
killed an alive
even
Jew.
if
That's funny.
oh yeah, even if y'all did come from the Jew, I'm talking about the J words. If y'all did come from Israel, like where modern day Israel is today, right? Well, it's actually Palestine. But yeah, if you guys did come from that region, you guys been in Europe for too long because y'all have
mhm.
genetically mutated and
Right.
became Europeans,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Um,
The
What?
average J person has 1 to 3% Mediterranean ancestry in their haplogroup. So only 1 to 3%. The rest is all European. You can look that up too.
Absolutely, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, if people would actually go and look at the history, like if you go and look at the history of Israel, if you go look at that history, you will see that that land was taken over by Greeks and Romans a long time ago. Those are
Yeah.
Greeks and Romans
Mm.
portraying to be the indigenous people of that place.
Yeah.
They're not.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's not being no, I'm not, that's just
It's
history.
in
That's
their
all that is.
history. That's that. I
That's
mean,
just
what do you think?
history.
What do you think was going on in Jesus' day? The people that
Absolutely.
that they were complaining about the Romans right then and there.
That's it. That's just history. Like, it's not being no type
Yeah.
of way.
and you know who
They're
rescued
Greek
them
and
from
Roman.
Yeah.
the Romans? You know who rescued them from the Romans? The Arabs,
Mm.
the ones that
Yeah.
they're prosecuting right now.
Mm.
Rescued them 2 times, not just once,
Mm.
twice.
It's just a
And
mixed breed. That it's just a
this
mix,
is
not a mixed breed.
yeah.
That sounds like, but it's a mixed breed. That's what they are right now. And it's more Roman and Greek than it is anything else. That's the whole reason why they have so many issues being over there.
Yeah. Well.
And black people be prejudiced towards white people. No, there's a reason why, like because of history, and that's I'm
Mhm.
talking about black people globally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for those answers. Appreciate you. And we'll go to the next guest, Leo Quest. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please? I think that's a Guyanese flag. Leo Quest. Leoquist. Leokis. That's a Guyana flag, right? Do I get my flags right? Oh, she
Yeah,
says she's
yeah, it
glitching.
is.
Let's see.
Hello?
What's going on? Could you give us your
Hey,
age, race, and pronouns, please?
yeah. I am multiracial. I am,
No such
wait,
thing.
what was that?
You have a black parent, don't you?
No, well, I'm not Guyanese, I'm Dominican. So both of my parents are mixed.
So one of your parents is it? Well, I was. You said both of them are mixed, so that's making
Yeah,
me think that both of them have a black parent.
yeah.
So both of them are black, like I said, because you would have to have some sort of blackness in you to come up here and answer the race question with "I'm multiracial," because usually we're the ones that don't want to be identified as black, even though
Facts.
the caste system of race
Hmm.
says that you're black, but we're going to say no, we're not. It's usually anti-blackness that we've internalized that is the reason
Oh, that's
for
sick
that.
that you called that. That's sick that you called that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 17. I'm almost 18. I don't think I can join this live, but can I join? Or is it?
Okay. Next, body
But
bar babe. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I'm 30. I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm like white Hispanic. So I present white, obviously. And then what did you ask me for last?
Your pronouns.
She, her.
All right, what brings you up?
Honestly, I came in during the time, I don't know her screen name, but it was like when Southern Fried, I think, I don't know, she was speaking and Jericho was speaking. So I kind of came in on that, and I was really just had the question on the last one, like, can black people be prejudiced towards white people? And then I just heard someone on the panel actually just answer that, where she was saying historically, but not globally. And I guess why I was asking the question, because it also interested me, is because my culture is different. I'm Hispanic. I'm born and raised in Puerto Rico. And I feel like when I am around different crowds, like that identity crisis where you can't really blend with one or the other because culturally is really not there.
So culturally, you're from a different part. Your culture is from a different part of Europe, and that's supposed to make you different somehow.
No, I'm just saying it in a way where if, let's say, like I'm around just, and I don't want to say this about everyone, but a majority, if I'm around white people, I can identify with them because culture is non existent.
Racially, you're white.
Mm-hmm.
Culturally, you're
Correct.
Hispanic, which means you come from a Spanish-speaking country, which means
Correct.
your culture is also white.
Also white.
So
Mm, no,
Spain,
because
Spain, you know where
No, it
Spain
is.
is?
that's
You know
a,
where
no,
Spain
no,
is,
no.
right?
Yeah, but you can't necessarily say that because,
Yeah.
we're of a mixed background, and that's why I think it's a very hard thing to
You
be
can't have
like,
a mixed background if you're white.
no, it's a melting pot there. Like if you go to like Puerto Ricans can't claim one race because you can be Afro Latina or you could just be like
Indigenous?
white
Wait,
Spanish. Does that
is
make sense?
Puerto Rico like, do y'all have like the same history as like Cuba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right,
So
that
we
makes
have
sense.
There
pretty
are
interesting
black Puerto
history, but this is
Ricans,
why I
there are
feel
Asian Puerto Ricans, and then there are white Puerto Ricans. The white Puerto
right.
Ricans are just the children of conquistadors, and they try to distance themselves from whiteness when we talk about race, in these type of discussions. But one of them also is the head of the Proud Boys, so it's not like they're not familiar with whiteness. They can navigate in those circles just as well as any other white person. And speaking Spanish doesn't make you spicy white. Spain and Spanish come from Europe. So you're just white. You're just a different flavor of white. That's it.
Mhm.
Y'all might be arguably the worst whites. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
I'm
I'm
just
just
like,
so so
like
sorry.
You
listening in
know,
this space. That's why I kind of came in because I'm interested in like hearing this.
it's true.
I mean, I'm pretty sure black Puerto Ricans understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And
But at
I
least
know
for
some very
like
proud black Puerto
me,
Ricans, such as Arthur Schomburg. If you want to do some research,
uh,
Arthur Schomburg, well, not you, you Body Bar, you're probably not interested, but Arthur Schomburg is the father of black history. Before we had Black History Month, Arthur Schomburg is the one that inspired Carter G. Woodson and all that other stuff. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
shout out to black Puerto Ricans. We see y'all.
Yeah, especially when you claim to be a white Hispanic, I'm honestly just hold on to the first part you said, white.
mm-hmm. Well, that's because
Like, and
obviously the
that's not
color of my
that's not to be
skin.
rude. It's
Yeah,
not to be rude.
Right, you didn't even claim your indigeneity at all.
I didn't what? I'm sorry.
You didn't claim your indigeneity at all. You went to white Hispanic. That's the first thing that you
Well, because
identify
that's
with.
the color of my skin. So obviously, if you were to look at me, I would be one of the Puerto Ricans that you
And
won't
why
know
would that be?
who
And
was.
that's and that's
Um,
and
Go ahead.
that's also another thing. You said it yourself. When you look at me, you will see I look white. Said you already claimed onto your whiteness. You already held on to that. You already said that. And then you said, well, no, we're from different places. There's Afro Latinos and Afro Latinas, the ones that are Afro Latinas, they understand that they are not what they understand the truth. They understand that something happened, it was mixed, and they are not white. You said I'm white Hispanic, which means you are white. You're just saying I'm white because It's Spain. You're just saying I'm
Yeah,
white,
I'm
white.
not, look, guys, I'm not in here arguing. I just found it interesting, and then I came in on the debate, and I was just interested in the opinion and what you guys had, because you guys are sharing a lot of knowledge, like things I haven't even heard before. So honestly, I just came in and I wanted to kind of go to that question just because
Hmm.
I found that to be the one that sticks out the most to me. But I don't want to argue. It's
Well,
just more so like I'm seeing your points. There's just things that
Well,
I
yeah.
found interesting.
Hispanic isn't a race, it's a culture, like you said. White is your race.
Hmm.
And the reason for that is because there's conquistador blood flowing through your veins.
Hmm.
You're not white because the Taino
Indians.
indigenous people said, hey guys, come on over to Puerto Rico and we'll have a grand old time. Like the reason colonizers are in your blood is because some Europeans came down and wreaked
Hmm.
havoc
Right.
on the island. So that would mean that if you physically look like and identify with the colonizer,
Absolutely.
you cannot claim to be colonized and colonizer. You can't,
Absolutely.
because that's what colonizers do is they come to your island, they rape, or I'm sorry, they grape your the women, and then they have children that they use to do their bidding, and that's just that happened a lot. In Haiti, it happens with the Mulat. It
Hmm.
happened in Angola with the Assimilado. It happened in Egypt with the true Egyptians. Once Western Asian empires started to seize Egypt, and now today you look at Egypt, you see more mixed looking. Even some of them look Puerto Rican. You can meet an Egyptian person; they look Puerto Rican because the
Yeah.
same thing happened back then. Like
Yeah.
people coming, everyone that's ever come to Africa has always sought to take from Africa. They've never done Africa any good. And when it comes to indigenous lands here in the Americas, the same thing happened. So, I would just say, it's nothing wrong with being white. It's just, unpacking and understanding where you come from. Understand that Hispanic is not a race. And,
Yeah.
just, yeah,
And
do
can
some of that
can I
work.
say something, King, to one of the people in the comments that said white passing isn't doesn't mean that you're white. You're right. White passing does not mean that you're white. But
Right.
if you identify as that, as not to be disrespectful to you, as you identified as being white, I'm white Hispanic. White passing isn't white. But if you identify as the passing race, if you're saying, oh, well, I look white, but I'm not white, but you identify as being
Right.
white, you're white. White is a mind,
Yeah.
that's a mindset, right?
Wow.
That's what that is. It's a mindset. So white passing, no, it's not white. If you do not identify as it, if you understand that you are not white, if you understand that your DNA is of an African descent and that's what you go by, no. But
I don't
white
think
person isn't white unless you
they might be
identify as it.
indigenous. And that's the thing too. I mean, a lot
As
of,
she identified as
but
white,
but
she's
listen,
white.
listen. I
But
the
that's the
issue,
thing is
the,
the
but
reason why
hold
I.
on one second,
Oh,
one
I'm
second.
sorry.
The issue
Go
in
ahead.
saying
Sorry.
what you said, and like you're right, right. I'm saying the only thing is
Right.
I halt black people on this trying to get people to Afro descent. No, it's more than likely that particular person is indigenous, and that's what brother was saying in regards to how even with the native or indigenous individuals, sorry, they
With the
literally were
Tainos, yeah.
YT'd out, like they literally were more YT'd out. So I think if
Hmm.
if
Exactly.
anything, you're more probably indigenous and you just don't know the history of your people.
But see, at the end of the day, indigenous is still an African descent. That's what that is. If you do not identify right as an African descent, because we all, everybody, and I don't even, I'm Pan African, right? So if you do not understand your African roots, even if it's not your roots for thousands of years, right? Because we understand that Africans was in the Americans before anybody else was, right? But they understood that they're African descent. If you cannot understand that, if you cannot grasp that you are from African descent and you try to say I am something else than what I am, and you want to throw that away, That's the that's the problem. That's honestly the problem when it comes to our people, is because we want to throw away our ancestry. We want to throw it away and say we something else. Yes, our ancestors, yes, can definitely our ancestors can definitely have been in them. We already know we was here first in the Americas. We already know that. But why would you throw away such a rich heritage and be like, no, this isn't mine. I'm not this. When that's we know we are. Like
No,
everybody.
I don't think that I was necessarily trying to throw away that. I was trying to present the fact that this, when you see me, is what you're going to see. So I actually come into contact a lot where people come against me because I'm not enough of one or the other, if that makes sense.
No, but
So
I understand what
that's
you're
kind of
saying.
why I went to the
I think
last
y'all
question.
confusing her more. To be honest, I think we should just let her be white. To be
No, if
honest,
she want to be
because
right, go ahead and do that.
you know what I'm
No,
saying.
guys, I was listening to what you were saying, but again, I was going to the last question, but again,
I
and I'm
think
listening. I am listening to you.
At the end of
So
the day, I think what he was trying to say, his being Hispanic, being Puerto Rican, that's not a race. Puerto Rico is a place. That's not a race. You feel
mhm.
me? That's not what that is. Like, if you say I'm Hispanic, I'm a white Hispanic, you're a white passing Hispanic, right? But Puerto Rico isn't a race. That's a place. If you're saying Hispanics, Spain is the one who colonized that. That's why it's Hispanic. It's Spain.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
Yeah,
I do know those things. That's why I address
Yeah,
culture.
yeah. So if you say I'm
yeah.
white passing, you're just saying I'm white.
We know.
I
Yeah.
think
Or if you're saying I'm a white this, you're just saying you're white.
I think the issue is that she comes from a country where most people identify with their nationality, just being Puerto Rican over their race. So then when you come to America and you have to subscribe to this racial concept that exists here, it creates confusion because in your homeland, you don't identify with race. You just like everybody's just Puerto Rican. There are black Puerto Ricans. I think there's like 17% of Puerto Rico is black. And
Mm.
I mean,
yeah,
well, yeah,
so
that's
you're
actually a racist background,
It's
and
that
it's
sounds like
you're
Puerto
right.
Rico's the Garden of Eden, y'all. Let's all go to Puerto Rico. They don't care
no, no,
about
no.
your
I'm
race.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I think it's kind of like Cuba where they try to eliminate, negate
They did, and
race.
I feel like
that's
it's
why
just
I made that sound when you
respected.
said Puerto Rican is only what you say 17% black. That means that only 17% of Puerto Ricans identify as black. The rest of them will say, "I'm no black. Me no black."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
when you look at the island of Puerto Rico, they got footage from 1930, and you look at
Mhm.
the people in Puerto Rico back then, they was black as hell. But you know what happens when they literally promote mixing in. People started to lighten up. And
Blanqueamiento,
yeah,
whitening.
exactly. And so when that happens, um, it creates a incentive for you to lighten yourself, and because of that, we got some, mostly white presenting people. And to me, is if you are white presenting and your ancestry is so mixed, but you're white
Yeah.
presenting and you look like the damn people that invaded the damn country, that means that you got enough of their blood in you. And then when we ask you what your race is, you say you white, you a conquistador. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Like,
I
you
be
know,
forgetting that Puerto Rico is the United States, is a
facts.
part of the United
Yep,
States
a
of
It's like the
America.
commonwealth.
Dominican Republic and how they had laws that you could not marry who two dark skinned people. So the whiting of the race has always been a thing. But I don't know if y'all heard what I said. What I was saying was I don't like it when black people try to make everybody that's from other islands black. We have to understand that a lot of these people are indigenous, and like that is dangerous to us to be sitting here talking, oh, you black. Now you more than likely are indigenous, so go be the indigenous.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. We talk about indigenous folks like there wasn't what do you call them? Mongolian indigenous people. Like they make up a huge percentage of Latin people today. Like DNA has been tested, y'all.
And the Mongols
Unfortunately,
ain't
they're
even
not
black.
all from Africa. Yes, there were Africans that came here before Columbus, but a vast majority of them have a haplogroup that only comes from Eastern Asia. So that being the case, somebody said they're indigenous, they probably talking about that in our society. But
Yeah, them,
there are indigenous or Africans that came here first. I don't call them indigenous because we know they came from Africa. If you know where you came from, other than the land that you're from, right, and we know that they came from Africa, I don't have any proof. And I challenge y'all to find some internet proof of African people getting here before the Mongolian indigenous people.
yeah,
I
them
haven't.
Mongoloids ain't even the real natives.
What?
Them Mongoloids ain't even the real natives.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe all that bullshit. I haven't got to that. I have not found it. Y'all can let me know in the comments. Let me know in my DMs. I know a lot of y'all believe everything you see on the internet, and a lot of y'all have turned around what some Afrocentric scholars have said, and just looked at it, a small percentage of what they were saying, and said, "Oh, look, we're not even African. We're indigenous." Like, nah, yo, there were Africans here in this country, but at the same time, there's mad evidence that there was Asian people that came here 20 to 30,000 years ago, and we have proof only that Africans came here 2,000 years ago. And so the parts of South America that the African people came to, they might have been the first people there. They might have been indigenous to those lands. But when we're talking about the Americas as a whole, them Asians came from the top to the bottom, bro. They just that's their thing. That's their whole phenotype. The reason why black people that claim to be indigenous today, you put them in a lineup with a bunch of Africans and they all look the same, is
You
because
can't
we haven't been
tell.
here long
You
enough
can't
to
tell.
even adapt to America. Like the Asian people that became the Native Americans adapted. So you can see that they don't look Asian no more. They still got that long, thick hair. They still kind of got squinty eyes, and they still kind of short. But other than that, they don't. You can tell the difference between somebody that's an indigenous Mexican person and an indigenous Chinese person. But then you got an indigenous black person and an African, and they both look like brothers and sisters. So that means we haven't been here long enough. I'm just being honest. So I haven't seen that proof. We
But
African until somebody proves me otherwise.
them
See,
Mongoloids
my
build
whole
them
thing that goes
pyramids
with
though.
that, my whole thing that goes with
The
that is like
pyramids.
the people, the black people that say that we're not from Africa, we was born and created in over here. Y'all need to, y'all gotta stop with this. Like, there is so much evidence to show that that's not true. Y'all gotta stop. Yes, like I said, we originated in Africa. Our ancestors, some of our ancestors migrated over here, but you are still from Africa. Honestly, everybody is from Africa. I don't understand why this is such an issue to everybody. Why
It's
would
the
you not want to
internet.
be from that? Like, why do you not want to be from the most richest, powerful? Like, yo, everything came from there.
James Small,
Everything
one
came
of
from there.
James Small, one of the scholars that worked with Ivan Van Sertima, worked with Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. He worked with Stokely Carmichael. Like, he did all the groundwork to show black people that we were here before Columbus and that there were native Africans that lived here in the Americas before colonization. Like, he did this work and he spoke about it, but even he says, we were showing y'all this so you could be proud of being African. We weren't saying this so y'all could act like y'all from here. Like,
The funny thing is, a lot of like a lot of these people that say, "Oh, well, I'm not African, right? I'm an indigenous to."
My people are from America. Ask those African tribes, ask those tribes, right? The Indian tribes that are in America. Ask them, where did they come from? They will tell you their ancestry came from Africa. There is so many tribes that say that. They understand where they came from. It's only us in over here in America that want to say, "Oh, well, I'm American. I came from the Americas, and none of my ancestors came from Africa." These African tribes that grew up in those tribes that did that know where they came from. They understand their ancestry. They know that they are from African descent. They also know that they was over here thousands of years before Columbus and them came, but they understand where they originated from. They know where their ancestors came from. I don't understand why it is such an issue to want to come from Africa. Why would you not want to come? Like, dude, you're saying, not you, but people are saying I'm from the Americas, right? America and the land and everything else has nothing. They have nothing. Africa is rich in everything.
Africa,
Everything. Why do you not want to come from the richest, purest, darkest, beautiful land in the world? You want this. You want this land, right? And the YT people in this land want to take Africa. That's
and they
what they
want
want. They
you. They
want that.
don't want you to have a tie to Africa. That's why they called you black.
Absolutely. But they want
They
it. They
don't
want the
want
ties.
you. Yeah, they want to sever your ties with your ancestral homeland. And
Which
so
is
I
so
think they're the
crazy.
ones putting out this pretendian narrative. I think they're the ones
Absolutely.
flooding the internet with these Sioux that are
But
making
it's
this type
right.
of content saying that we're indigenous, and they're using our own scholars against us and saying we're
Against
carbonated
us.
beings, guys. We're ethereal goddesses with 9
The
ether
funny thing is,
energy, and
look at
we're
the scholars. Look at the American scholars. The same scholars, right? That these people use to say that we was here first. Where do these people want to come from? Where do they want to come from, right? All these people that say, "Oh, we're not from Africa." Da, da, da. These scholars are claiming Africa. They're claiming it. They say YT people was in Egypt, was in Ghana, was in Nigeria first. Those people were there first. That's what they're telling you. And because they're telling you that, then you want to turn around and tell people like me and you that study this that no, see, we're not from Africa. That they want us to believe we're from Africa. No, they don't care. They're taking it. They're taking the same land that you say you do not want. They are taking the same land that you say you are not from. This is the land that
damn.
they are claiming. They're
They
claiming that
claiming
land
it.
as their own. They don't even claim America. They're claiming Africa. They're claiming Egypt. They're claiming, well, Africa isn't Egypt. They're claiming Nigeria. They're claiming Ghana. They're claiming
Damn.
these African lands as their own. They're taking African scholars and the studies that was over in Africa and saying
They got military bases over
you're
there.
sitting here crying saying, well, I'm black, so I'm from America. They don't want to be from America. But you want to take it. But you want to call everybody else saying that we're colonized, that we're brainwashed by these white people. You're crazy. If a YT person, if YT scholars are saying, oh, we're the ones who conquered Africa, we're the ones who came from Africa, we're the ones who gave you all this, and we studied and we grew up and our ancestors are from Africa, and then they say our Bible is from Africa, and then you want to say, well, I'm from America. They don't even want America. They got y'all so damn colonized. Y'all want to take a land that they don't even want. They don't want this land. That's why everything comes from there. But y'all want this land so damn bad. Y'all want this land so bad, and they don't even want it. They saying everything came from Africa, and they're the ones who brought it over to us. But y'all
All
want
right,
America.
sister. We gotta let
Everything.
somebody else get a chance. You
My
going
bad.
in. I ain't
Sorry, that
mad at
shit
you though.
pissed me off. I hate when they do that.
Yeah, me too. Um, let's go to the next guest real quick because I know people been waiting. Maine, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Him or he.
And your race?
I'm I'm black. I'm black.
Why do y'all skip over the race question? I will
I be
always
I
wonder
be
that.
I be I forgot. That's why I thought. Yeah, my bad,
Nah,
bro.
I don't know. It's interesting. But all right, go ahead. Answer the question or pick a question. Talk to us.
Can you be pro black with a non black person? No, I don't think that's possible. They can't really fight the same fight. You could teach somebody who non-black it, but they truly can't fight the same fight that you're trying to fight. But they can support it though. That's how I feel. But
They can't support it. They could try, I guess.
They
I
couldn't
don't
try.
know. If somebody's running next to you in a race, right? And they want to help you win, right?
Yeah.
If they tell you, hey, I'll cut off my legs and give them to you, does that help you win?
Nah, because I lost a partner.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a partner, but only one person can win a race. So it's not a partner. I'm not talking about a relay race. Right. The person is running next to you and says, hey, man, I want to help you win. I'll cut off my legs and I'll give them to you. That person's not helping you. And that person's just hurting themselves. Instead, what that person should do is try to move some of the obstacles out of your way so that you can run a straighter path, because they're the ones putting obstacles in front of us. But them trying to come around us and be pro-black is not going to help their community, because pro-blackness don't got nothing to do with their community or giving a damn about the interests of their community or giving a damn about what's best for their community at all. We're going to do what's best for us. And then at the same time, it's not really helping us, because what the hell we look like having a bunch of white people building our community for us? It just don't work.
Not building it, but maybe funding.
No, absolutely not. That's the same thing. And why would I want them to fund our community? Them funding our community is a problem with our community now. Well, I don't want a George Washington bill in Africa. When I get to Africa, bro, when Africa is the United States of Africa, when Pan-Africanism fully pans out, when we take back resources and land in Africa and we get rid of the colonizers that have oppressed Africa for so long, I don't want to see a white T-man's face on $1, one coin, and nothing. I want to see all my people on there. The CFA franc is the problem with Africa now. Why y'all keep leaving or something? Like, I keep seeing coffee mugs.
What happened?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if TikTok glitching. They might be trying to take me down. I have to restart.
Brother?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how you talking, because I only see a coffee mug.
Oh, well, I can see you, and I can see everybody else. But if you see coffee mugs, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do y'all see in the chat?
Mug.
Can y'all see our pictures?
I might have to go and come back.
You might. You see how it's froze?
I see my picture.
The chat, though.
Yeah,
The chat
I see your
not
picture.
moving. You see the chat not moving?
The chat moving.
It's not moving on my end.
Yeah, they blurry. All right, so it is what it is. Maine, do you want to keep going, or you just got quiet?
I want to ask you a question, because I want to ask you a question. You know, you saying going to Africa, you know, when the movement start, like how I want to understand that more, you know, because I done learned about places like, you know, Liberia and Ghana that's taking African Americans, like, you feel me, that you can actually just go over there and start a life. Like I want to know more about that.
Kenya is a good place to look, because Kenya says you can go there without a visa. You could basically just take a plane to Kenya right now and become a citizen, just move in. If you're an African American, not if you're American. If you're American, like old girl that was up here is Hispanic. If you're, you know, them kind of Americans, they don't want you. African Americans, when they see you at the gate, they will let you be a citizen. They say, welcome home.
Let me ask you another question, because you know about this. How would you educate like enough black people to actually want to make a move like that, to go to Kenya and start a life there? I mean, like, we all know, like, you know, it's like we ain't really got the same opportunities here. So some people can find opportunities there. Like, how would you like educate enough people to like really make it a thing where people like hopping on planes, like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody hopping on planes and saying like, this is it. Like, we migrating.
You know what would do that? I'll be honest. This is dark. This is dark tunnel you're talking about. Because to me, we can't save everybody. But if we wanted the best yields, right? We wanted the best results. If we really wanted brothers and sisters in America hopping on planes to go back to the motherland, we would have to go through some harsh oppression here in America. It would have to get real again. I think then we're going to be like, all right, y'all, it's time to go. You're gonna see brothers and sisters in the airport lined up with bags. Everybody gonna be ready to go. You're gonna have to see Africa have enough sovereignty, win a few of these this revolution. Africa's going through a revolution right now. If you're into geopolitics, you know what's going on. I don't even gotta say more. But Africa is Pan-Africanism is on the continent right now doing its thing. All right. Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is building now officially the second nuclear power plant in Africa. Think about it, y'all. There's only been all this time. There's only been one nuclear power plant in all of Africa. In all of Africa, only South Africa has one nuclear power plant. One. Guess how many America has? 54. We only got 50 states, 48 in the continental US. There are 54 power plants here in America. They only have one in all of Africa. And America can fit inside of Africa, I think, like 2.5 times. That's how big it is. So when we see Africa coming up, doing their thing like they doing, and we see the deterioration of the comfort with our oppressor here in America, I think that's when we're going to see brothers and sisters lined up all outside the airport. Every day you drive past the airport, you're just going to see, it's going to look like, you're going to think Kobe came back or something at LAX. It's going to look crazy.
How can it be done without us looking militant? Like, actually, like, you know, like, actually, like, people finding opportunities there, but then people also networking from there here in America, like everybody else do. Like everybody else doing it. You know, how can African Americans like really start doing it with like people in Kenya or people in Liberia or people in Ghana? You see what I'm saying?
We gotta. They have to have sovereignty first. That's the problem. Like, nobody that has come to America has freed their homeland from America. Everybody else that comes to America, homeland is free or not, and they came here for refuge from what America is doing in their country. But when I'm talking about like the Asian community, the Jewish community, you know, Italians and other white folks, when they decided to come here, their homeland was already, you know, to a point where they're doing business with America, and America can't overstep their boundaries because America's afraid of the repercussions from their homeland. America has never been afraid of repercussions from our homeland. That's why we'll always have to say Black Lives Matter here, because Black lives don't matter. Black votes don't matter until the homeland is doing business with America, because all America care about is the dollar. So until Africa can say, yo, if you don't treat our people right, we're going to raise the price of lithium, and now all your electric car prices are going to skyrocket unless you take care and, I don't know, make a bill, pass a bill so that we can sue doctors that racially discriminate against sisters giving birth, you know, or racial profiling by police is now punishable by death. Like, you know, something crazy. Like, if they could really, they would really do stuff like that if they were doing business with Africa, but they don't. They own Africa. And we the only ones that don't want to claim it, like Sister just said.
I hear you. But I want to ask you another question, because you said it like, you know, all you need is a visa. That's a passport, right?
Yeah. You don't need a visa. All you need is a passport. My bad. If I said visa, passport.
Okay. All you need is a passport to go to Kenya or, you know, these places, and you can start living there. Like, as
they'll give you a Kenyan passport,
and I can start living there. So,
yep.
So that would mean what? That would mean I will be a Kenyan, and I will be a Kenyan African American. So
there's 13 countries like that in Africa that will give you a dual citizenship, two passports.
So I could play both fields now, if I wanted to.
If you wanted to, yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, how can you educate enough Black people, like, because you got people living out here really thugging it. They really can't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, jobs is really like, you know brothers that can't really get no job right now. You know what I'm saying? They really can't do nothing else. And if an opportunity for them to, like, okay, let me get a passport and go to Kenya, they could be working construction in Kenya with other Kenyan men. You see what I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's
you
just
see
you
what
gotta
I'm
remember
saying? You
they
see
don't
what
get
I'm
paid. They don't get paid the same way in Kenya. You feel
but
me? I might not go to Kenya for a job. I'd rather go to Kenya to spend money than make money. You
you
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
But
Because I don't want to go there like a colonizer.
That currency is backwards. Like you want to go over there and shop, but you would not want to go over there and work.
I wouldn't
you
want
want
to
to
go
go over there
there.
and build though. You want to go there and build, right? You want to make Africa. You want
Yeah,
to
but
build, like.
I'm putting money into their
Come
economy.
in.
I'm not going to go there and work and take jobs away from them and take money out of their economy. I'm gonna go there
Sure.
and spend money in their economy because
Thanks.
that money circulating and coming into their economy is what they really want too. That's why they telling us to go over there.
But see, so because our money can do a lot over there.
It could do a lot. Yeah, I ain't gonna front.
So
Like I think you get a
so like
house for like 50 bands. You get like
so
like a nice ass house.
how can because basically we got a second home that we can go to. We just don't know about it. You see what I'm saying? Like if we really want to say, man, the hell with America, we could just go and be like, okay, I'm done. Like, okay, I'm about to live in the jungle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if
It ain't no jungle, man.
I know
They
it's
got
not. I know
cities
it's not, bro.
and
Like, you
towns
know what I'm
out there.
saying? But like you looking like you really wanted a new life and you know it ain't really like that easy to just go find one. And you know, well, I can go be around other black people and just I'm thugging it here. I
You
can
know what
just
the problem is?
Hmm?
The problem is when you get there, you're still gonna have to deal with the same not to the same degree in certain areas, but the colonizer is still over there too. And that's why I'm saying the liberation of Africa is always going to be like really important because when we're talking about Pan-Africanism, the problem is, for example, in Tanzania, it's illegal for a man to wear braids. A natural unisex hairstyle for, from Africa, you can't wear it in Africa.
You
But
There's
you
parts
got
of
to be
Africa
careful.
that don't celebrate Africanness. They're
which
still colonized.
would you think
God
with
damn.
enough would you think with enough African American influence in like places like Liberia, where I think they call that Little America, like do you think with enough African American influence some of those laws can change because now they're including like basically American knowledge, you know, amongst building a community, a community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Liberia. Yeah, the history of Liberia is wild. There were some African Americans that thought the way you thinking too, and they went there back in the day, but they weren't. It's a story, but yeah, I think we like that. That is an escape route for us. I'm definitely going to go over there and build. I'm already building with Africans now. The Discord link is in my bio. I got a Pan African Discord group. We're a think tank where we discuss topics like this and such and so on. But yeah, we don't want to. Somebody said in the comments, Southern Fried, we don't want to go over there and become colonizers. I would go over there and spend money before I go over there and try to work, for somebody. But I would want to build institutions and do things that help. But we gotta understand that over there we're privileged. So you don't want to be like white people. It happened before in Liberia. They actually what was the name of that president that they General Butt Naked? Somebody know who I'm talking about. Look up General Butt Naked if you want to know some craziness about Liberia.
But I know you said like we don't want to be colonizers, but like I'm playing on the thought like if enough people go over there, ain't no way like we could colonize. We gonna be mixing up. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I agree. I wish everybody thought like that. I really do. But the problem is we're gonna lose a lot of our Western comfort,
We don't
and
need it.
we still gonna have to deal with an oppressive system because parts of Africa is just as bad as this plantation. So we still need to help liberate Africa. I wish people like Jay-Z and Beyonce would fund a militia group. You know what I'm saying? Help us, That's what I would want to see. What's his name? Tyler Perry. I want to see them put them billions to work in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Maybe help them liberate themselves. But you know,
You know them puppets ain't gonna do that.
no, hell no. But you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, like if that's how I guess our dollar could be most useful there. But other than that, man, like I'm gonna just go over there. Me and my wife, we getting ready to go over there. Her cousin already live over there, and they from Philly, so they already living out there. They telling us, man, they got a fruit tree. They got fruit trees in a garden in the back. They got them a nice house. I seen it. He got 3 kids. He make content on here too. Free Energy Society. That's his name. That's my cousin. Free Energy Society. Everybody go ahead and follow him. Free Energy Society. He's a high consciousness brother like myself, and him and his beautiful black wife got some beautiful black children, and they moved to Africa, and they just be making videos showing y'all how beautiful and easy life is. I be looking at that shit. I be like, bruh, we coming. Like, it's crazy. Tell you. But yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming up. I think I'm about to restart. Jeff, did you want to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna go ahead and answer those questions you got above.
All right, go ahead.
Can you be pro-black with a non-black spouse? Fuck no. You're gonna be pillow talking with your white spouse and shit, and explaining what our plan's gonna be with your white spouse. Fuck out of here. No, you cannot be pro-black with a non-black spouse. Can black and white cultures peacefully coexist? Fuck no. Should Israeli people leave Palestine? Hell yeah. Actually, the so-called Palestinians should leave Palestine as well. That land belongs to the true Israelites. And you know by my name, you know what I am. That land belongs to our people. But I digress. And can black people be prejudiced toward white people? Barely prejudiced, but for the most part, no. The things we say about white people is based on fact, literally. So no, we cannot be prejudiced toward white people.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I ain't mad at you. It's just I don't know about the taking over Israel. I don't see why we need that. I think we could let them have that. I want Africa, but I know religious folks want to go over there so bad.
It's not religion. It's fact. The original inhabitants of Israel were black. Believe it or not.
The original inhabitants of everywhere was originally black. I just want Africa.
You know, Israel is a part of Africa, but these devils separated Israel from Africa and decided to quote unquote make it part of the Middle East, if you know what I'm saying. And when they made Israel a state in 1948, these small hats came from Germany, Russia, and whatever other parts of Europe decided to, make Israel their nation.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. John Henry Clark calls the Middle East West Asia. I mean, I do see where John Henry Clark and Yosef Ben Yakinen said that they said that the Middle East originally was a African colony, but so that's why I'm saying, I understand that originally it was African, but at some point the Asians done made their way into mixing into that population so much that they got their own identity. You know what I'm saying? But I see what you're saying. I'm not pressed for it, to be honest. I don't want to join that fight. I think Pan Africans. I think we just need to focus on Africa. To be honest. I hear you.
Well, you did hear about Christ. Well, that's not his real name. Well, his real name was Yahushua. You heard about him fleeing into Egypt, the escape Roman persecution, the blend in with the Egyptians and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
also the other Israelites blend in with the Egyptians, the escape Roman persecution.
And and Herodotus said that they were dark skinned.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. No, I know about it. Listen, I know there was black people,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying, those same black people have since mixed with the West Asian Mongoloid people. So, that being the case, they got their thing, you know what I'm saying?
Not all of them have mixed in with the
No,
Mongoloids.
not all of them. No, not
Yeah.
at all. You know what I'm saying? I think there should be definitely the black Palestinians in the region that have claim to that land. I'm just saying, should we go wage war and talk about getting it back and all this other stuff? Like I think we should focus on Africa. We got too much going on the motherland right now. There's way too much going on in the motherland. Sudan just said, well, the Sudan just blamed the West and said that the West is the reason for the war in Sudan, and saying, like, there's a lot. Like, if you into
Now that
geopolitics,
is true.
yeah, nah, yeah. So they say except before they was just fighting the war. They finally saying like, nah, the West is the reason they keep making us fight each other. Like, they're I don't want to say admitting it, but they're now speaking out about it, and it's just like, like, come on, yo, like Africa's really looking like, if we could take back Africa, man, I could die. I could go in peace to the ancestral realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be all right. Like, I just want to see at some point in this lifetime the black people to have some W on this goddamn earth. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. When you look at Haiti, what's going on in Haiti? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm tired, y'all.
Yeah, they sent some folks from Kenya to go into Haiti.
And
Some
then
shit
the
like that.
U.S. stopped them. The U.S. stopped them. The U.S. stopped them a few days ago. The U.S. stopped the Kenyans from getting down there. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of seeing these L's. Like, the history of Haiti is like a goddamn storybook. It's ridiculous what the U.S. has done to them since 1915, and it's just like, I'm tired. And we coming up on this live talking about how we gonna marry our milk of magnesia and then still liberate ourselves. Like, and I'm seeing brothers on TikTok, and it nauseates my stomach. I'll stay and listen because I just want to see like how much of a mess this is, and how I hate that brothers and sisters be in their comments eating this shit up, and I'll be like, he talking about how men need to treat women, and how he treats his wife, and how he mentions like things that go on with black women, but he just says women, and then I'm just like, yo, this dude's not talking about sisters. He's not even talking about y'all. Y'all don't even know. Y'all sitting here listening to this man, clapping and cheering for this man. He's talking about his wife and his relationship with his wife. You know what I'm saying? With the H. WHIFE, his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here stoking, like, you're gaslighting basically. Like, you're acting like your page is for our people, but then you turn around and you working with them, and you're prioritizing them because you know you're gonna put your wife and your family first. So what are we talking about? Why are you making this content? And then I'm just like, when you look at the geopolitics of what's going on with our people, it's like we taking L's left and right, and then I come on to TikTok and I see some dumb shit where we trying to be buddy with the colonizers. It's just ridiculous, bro. It's like I live in a cartoon, bro.
Who is this clown again?
What?
The guy you talking about?
I ain't gonna say his name.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it clean, man. I'm too classy for that. But there's a few of them. And a few of them have admitted on their lives that they are ex-popo, which I think is interesting too. Some of them,
part of the slave patrol.
You feel me? And then now they up here talking about they pro-black and talking about our community, but at the same time setting up gender wars topics, setting up, does body count matter? Should black women lower their standards? Like they setting up these topics that are divisive in our community.
I don't respect them niggas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you setting up gender wars, but you not with one of the gender you with ain't in our community? So you just really just you just over on the other side of the fence, throwing stones over the fence to the black community, messing with us. Like, it's just, I don't know. TikTok is crazy. So
they just as crazy as I'm not even gonna say sisters, but black women who are allies to the rainbow community.
I had my call with one of them. Oh man, yeah, I have my call with one of them. That's on my YouTube. I put up a debate that we had. She was a feminist, and that was an interesting live. But whenever a sister identifies as a feminist, that's a big red flag. That's a big red flag.
Yeah, that means she's an ally to the rainbow community, and I can't stand black women who are allies to the rainbow community. That lets me know right off rip.
What does that mean, though? Like, what are you saying? Because I do believe any black person is black, and as long as they black first, I don't care what you choose to sleep with.
That's a fact.
If you 9 times out of 10, if you're a black woman who is an ally to the rainbow community, and you got a gang of gay black male friends, and you a friend of a black trans woman or whatnot, that lets me know right off rip you don't like straight black men.
Black based on the fact that their sexuality or orientation is different than yours.
You don't like straight black men, do you?
Nah, she do. Nah, you. All right, so wait, hold on. So you saying that if somebody has a gay friend, that they what now?
That 9 times out of 10, they have a problem with heterosexual black men.
Why do you think that is?
I remember back in the past, I remember I made Facebook posts on my Facebook page, and I remember in like a few pro-black Facebook groups, I asked some black women, why is it that they have so many gay black male friends? And they're like, so nobody be trying to have sex with us or whatnot. And they're like,
all right, be careful.
You must be gay yourself or whatnot. They always come up with some shit like that. And plus, I remember in some other live, like a couple of weeks.
You gotta go. But me, myself, and I, thank you for the pants pause. I ain't mad, but me, myself, and I, we gotta be careful because she is non-black, but she be sending them panther paws through. But I think this time that might have saved the life, to be honest. So I ain't mad.
I'm gonna say this for you, brother. We don't care about someone's sexual orientation if you showing up black and you caring about black community. Because as long as it's black first and we're prioritizing our people, that's the only thing that matters. It is very harmful for you to focus on someone's sexuality and how they show up, and then negate their blackness solely based on their sexual orientation or their gender. Like that's insane to me.
No, that's problematic.
All our people, we gotta respect and love all our people.
That's the fact. And then we are going to restart But nah, that's a fact. And I think when it comes to that topic, when it comes to intersectionality, I encourage brothers to look up Audre Lorde's poem, There Is No Hierarchy of Oppression. It discusses intersectionality and why it's important for us to take into consideration how, and how we're treated differently because of patriarchy. We can't internalize that same patriarchy as men. And that's why I asked them, why do you think that is? Because a lot of black men do internalize that patriarchy. Even if they denounce racism, they'll internalize that patriarchy. So that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right. We're gonna go ahead and restart the live.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring up a different prompt. And yeah, we're gonna have fun. All right, be right back.